It's the bottom of the seventh inning, 2 outs, runner on second, tie game. Can the UCLA player get a hit to score the winning run against Oklahoma in the national championship? I'm a softball player myself, and it just so happens that there have been many times while I'm playing that I have wondered who invented the game and why. And since most of y'all have played sports most of your life, I'm sure the same thought has crossed your mind. So I have learned a lot about the invention of softball through the research I have done and the many years that I have played. So today I would like to inform all of you about the invention, evolution, and today's popularity of the sport we call softball. So let's start with the history and the inventor. So there's a unique history behind the evolution or invention of softball. So archives.sbu.edu, the online library for St. Bonaventure University, says that after Yale's victory, a man picked up a stray boxing glove and threw it at someone who hit it with a pole. TeamUSA.org, the governing body for USA's national softball team, says that softball was invented inside the Farragut Boat Club in November 1887 in Chicago, Illinois. So this is a picture of the indoor baseball team from Chicago, and it just so happens to be one of the very first photographs taken for the league. So George Hancock witnessed this all go down and is known as the inventor. So according to archives.sbu.edu, he tied the boxing glove so that it resembled a ball, chalked out a diamond on the floor, and gave it small dimensions to fit into a gem. And then he broke off a broom handle to serve as a bat. So here you can see how small the playing field was and how many people gathered to watch it. So George Hancock also invented the bat, because archives.sbu.edu says that he was fascinated and in the following weeks developed a large ball and a small bat for the game. So now let's talk about some ways it has changed. So softball has evolved in terms of rules and equipment. The rules have changed and been developed over the years. So according to classicalhistorian.com, although there were many different ways to play the game, softball became more uniformly played when the Joint Rules Committee on Softball created rules in 1934. Arizona's head coach, Mike Candrea, then says in his interview, at the beginning of his career, they had a white ball with high seams and a 40-foot distance. He then goes on to say how the hitters had no chance, and softball is not like baseball because softball is more of an offensive sport. So equipment has also evolved over the years. SportsThenAndNow.com says in the beginning the bats were tipped with rubber and wooden bats were used for almost a full century. If you were to pick up a bat now that is used, you would find that it is much lighter and the ball pops off a lot hotter. Catching gear has also evolved. The 2008 version of the chest protector weighs less than half of the chest protector that was available in the 1920s through the 1940s, according to SABR.org, the Society for American Baseball Research. So this is a picture of what catching gear was like back then. And then here's what it looks like today, and it looks much more lighter and protective. So softball is a sport that has gotten more attention and grown to create worldwide known events. So there was a rise in softball's popularity, resulting in many more participants. So Statista.com, the #1 business platform, shows that a little less than 10 million people participated in softball in the U.S. in 2018. So this is the graph, and it shows the participants from 2013 to 2018, and it shows it gradually rising, and then it spikes in 2016, and goes back down and starts growing again. So there is also many worldwide known events that have come along with the sport. SoftballAmerica.com, Liberty University softball head coach Dot Richardson says that when she's a little girl, society made it perfectly clear that girls were not allowed to play on organized sports teams. And you can see that this has changed because according to collegesportsscholarships.com, there are just over 1,600 college softball programs across the country. And here's a list of the teams that participated last year in the Women's College World Series, which resulted in UCLA winning it all. So in conclusion, the invention of softball is a spur-of-the-moment type thing and has grown tremendously over the years. It all started out as an indoor game that firefighters would use to play when they were bored, and with the changes in rules and equipment, it has become very popular. So softball has become a very popular sport and does not seem to be getting any less popular anytime soon. So there's a good chance that one day when you have a daughter, she could grow up and love the game just as much as I did.